Before venturing into the Sonoran Desert, many people prepare for the experience by donning their hiking boots and ensuring they have plenty of water to take along. Natalie McKee has a longer list of items for her excursions. You can find her in the great outdoors with at least 4 plastic buckets, a pair of tongs, and snake legs.
You want to be very careful to wear snake legs because underneath in here a lot of mice live and they collect the prickly pear and the snakes come to get the mice. And so you can get yourself in a lot of trouble with a snake bite if you're not protected. These are snake legs and they will keep you from getting bit.
McKee has owned and managed the Arizona Cactus Ranch for more than 2 decades. The ranch is composed of quiet, thorny plants that soak in the sun and yield their bounty. No herding, feeding hay, or vaccinations are necessary, but you should approach these desert natives with caution.
Right now we're picking the ripe prickly pear and you take and grab them with tongs. Do not touch them with your hands. There's lots of gauntlets and stickers on them, and you twist. And you'll notice, you know when they're ripe, when a tiny bit of the purple is still left on the stem after you pick them. That's when they're premium ripe.
This may sound like a modern-day get close to nature movement by McKee and others, but it's actually part of an ancient practice. This prickly resource has been providing sustenance for centuries.
Because this is a wonderful food, and it has wonderful, wonderful benefits.
Carolyn Needhammer is the author of the Prickly Pear Cookbook. The book promotes the use of this ingredient in your kitchen. Add it to your menu and your diet, she says.
Prickly pear is very high in all of those antioxidants that are so important and particularly helpful in anti-aging. We have vitamins A and C, and then there's also linolenic acid, which is an essential fatty acid. That is in both the pads and the fruits.
More recently, scientists have been conducting studies about the prickly pear's other possible benefits, including in the battle against diabetes. The cactus is rich in fiber, and it also has pectin, which may reduce the amount of sugar that is absorbed by the body.
Recently, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, a group of Mexican professionals got together and really did a medical study on prickly pear pads and fruit. And when they gave it to their subjects, any preparation helped control diabetes, particularly people who are non-insulin dependent diabetics.
There's even been research in connection to overindulging in alcohol. Could this plant prevent or reduce those next-day headaches when you've consumed too many drinks?
Tulane University in New Orleans did an interesting study on using prickly pear juice from the fruits without sugar or anything, just to help with hangovers. And if their subjects, which were probably college students, drank a little bit, not a lot, a little bit of pure prickly pear juice before they went out on a nighttime partying, the next day their hangover was reported to be about 50% less.
Tucson's Borderlands Brewery is using prickly pears in some of its beer.
It's kind of cool, actually. I can't really speak to the health benefits. That's not too much of my background. This is anecdotal for sure, but we have noticed that if you're only drinking prickly pear wheat, you can drink a lot of it and not get a hangover the next day. So that could potentially have something to do with the health benefits. Not recommended, but.
And while the jury is still out on its potential qualities against hangovers, the juice's appearance and attraction are easier to confirm and visualize.
When we get the prickly pear juice, it's almost like neon purple. It's like this really, really intense purple color. And we only add a small amount, maybe 5 gallons to about 600 gallons of beer. And it really confers the color to the beer. It almost turns like a nice rose color. So it's kind of visually interesting, and you get that floral, tangy taste of the prickly pear juice.
There's also another benefit, using a replaceable resource provided by Mother Nature in our expansive Sonoran Desert.
Sustainability is really important to us. So using local ingredients that are grown here, using local resources is important. We also have a nut brown that we make with locally grown pecans from Green Valley.
It may be sustainable, but economic feasibility is another issue. Niethammer says more research would be valuable, but probably unlikely since there appears to be little chances of making money from medical prickly pear.
Because they're free, and there's no way for somebody to make a huge amount of money pharmaceutically, that there hasn't been an enormous amount of money put in on the research.
Whee! Hey, here's a beautiful one.
Meantime, McKee continues her expeditions into the nearby deserts to harvest the fruits of her labor. She encourages others to become familiar with this product as long as they take the proper steps to ensure their safety, not only while collecting it, but also while preparing it.
To sterilize anything, you have to come to 145 degrees or higher, and you have to keep it there for at least 15 seconds or longer.
For her part, Natalie McGee is sold on the prickly pear products, although she says she's not in them for the money. McGee says her passion is about sharing a natural and healthy resource with others, accessible, sustainable, and tasty to boot. It's a nice local supplement to your culinary ingredients, she says, especially for residents in Arizona and similar regions, where the prickly pears spread their paths.